Hello. Are we still there? What happened? Oh, some of you are here. Great. So the stream ended. Yes, my apologies. There's a technical issue. Technology has broken down. Quite funny, right, for this particular topic. Maybe it was the god of technology playing playing tricks on me. I think I'm back. I hope I'm back. It looks like I'm back. I really don't know what happened. Sorry about that. Okay, you're still here. Brilliant. Good. So now for this kind of question, yes, how has technology changed our lives? Choose one topic and develop it, right? Don't give a list. Don't start saying, well, it's changed our education, it's changed our homes, it's changed business, it's changed social media, it's changed how we communicate. No. Don't give a list of things. That's not very deep, right? It's not very rich language. Just choose one and then develop it, right? So, for example, I'll just move out. You could say, if we're talking about education, then I think D. There you go. If we're talking about the business, then I think la-di-la-di-la. If we're talking about skills for young people, then I think D. Okay, great. Or you could say something like, let me pick one area. For example, education. I reckon, I reckon just means I think, right? So let me pick one area. For example, education. Or let's take, for instance, education. It seems to me, So you can say, I think, I reckon, it seems to me. Or if we're talking about blah, 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 let me pick one area, for example, blah, blah, blah. Let's take, for instance, education, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so very simple. So here you can take the idea of one topic and develop it, right? Okay, likewise, if the question is, how has technology changed our homes, for example, again, just choose one area and talk about that one area. Okay, so you might say, let's take, for instance, lighting. In homes nowadays, some people have an electronic lighting system controlled from their phone. Whoops. There. Okay. So, for example, something like that. How has technology changed our homes? Well, let's take, for instance, lighting. In homes nowadays, some people have an electronic lighting system controlled from their phone. So I've taken one topic, one area, and I've gone into more detail, right? Very, very simple. Or we have a smart lighting system. People have a smart lighting system. Good. I'm going to put that there. That's nice. A smart lighting system. Brilliant. So that's it. You can just do that straightforward, taking one particular topic. Okay. Brilliant. Now then, let's move on. Let's have a look at some useful vocabulary. Here we're going to be talking then about technology. Now, technology, of course, can be countable or uncountable. Okay, so if it's countable, for example, if it's uncountable, technology is powerful. Technology is powerful. It's uncountable. It's the idea of technology. But we can also say technology is a powerful technology. AI is a powerful technology. And here it's countable, right? So we're making it countable. That's technology. It comes from the word tech, which means art, skill or craft, and ology, which is the subject of study, like biology, subject to study of life, astrology, the subject of the study of stars. So what is technology? And I was looking for a really, really simple explanation of technology, because Wikipedia and the dictionaries have very, very complex definitions. And the simplest one I found was this, right? That technology is scientific knowledge used to solve problems, right? We can use it to create tools like a pen, cha-cha, an iPhone, cha-cha. These are tools. Technology, we can use it to improve processes like communication. And these tools and processes are also called technology. So the pen is a technology. The phone is a technology, right? So the tools, the processes can be the countable technology. The knowledge, the scientific knowledge, is the uncountable technology. Okay. Technology and AI is an example of technology. Now, we often talk about new technologies, disruptive technologies, emerging technologies, and modern technologies. All of these basically mean new, right? They're new technologies. These are quite difficult words to pronounce. Not new, that's easy, but disruptive. Try that one with me. Disruptive. Disruptive. That's the pt that's quite hard. Disruptive technologies. Emerging. Emerging. The stress on the emerging technologies. Modern, easy peasy. There you go. So, what are the different kinds of new and emerging technologies? Well, I did ask you on the Facebook group the other day, what are the different kinds of technologies? What are they? Can you tell me some of the different kinds of technologies? I'm going to add, some of you got some nice words here, cutting edge technologies. The latest technologies, good. The latest technologies, nice. I'll put all of these up here. State of the art, nice. State of the art technologies, lovely. Thank you very much. Good. Different kinds of new technologies. What have we got? Oh, upcoming technology. Okay, good. Upcoming technologies. Great, some nice adjectives there. Really nice. So the latest technologies we've got, somebody, advanced technology, good. Future, yes. So examples of new technologies, virtual reality. There's the first one from a Facebook user. We've got virtual reality, excellent. Any others? Great. Amila says AI for new vehicles. That sounds almost Spanish, right? I think you mean vehicles. Vehicles. Although I've heard some Indian students say vehicles or vehicles. But in British English, we don't pronounce the H, just vehicles. Vehicles. Yes. Outdated technologies, that's right. Yes. Anything else? Any specific examples? Okay. Flying cars, great. Apple watches, good. Good, you're giving me lots of adjectives. That's great. What about other examples? Biotechnology, yeah. Biometrics, we talk about as well. Artificial intelligence. How is the pen technology? Of course, Mohammed, the pen is a tool that is created through scientific knowledge. How we put lead or ink into a tool. So most tools are a kind of technology. Absolutely. Yeah. The radio. Well, yeah. You could argue that the book is technology. Possibly, but a pen definitely, because it's a tool. We would say it's an old-fashioned or outdated technology. Great. Augmented reality is another one. Brilliant. Anything else? Augmented reality. Digital technology, maybe. Yes, yes. Donna talks about robot waiters and servers in Japan. Absolutely. Noah talks about the Internet of Things. Very good. Very good. Yes. Okay, quite a few examples there. Good. Excellent. I'm going to show you what are some emerging technologies. So we've got, right, for example, let me bring these up. Some that you've mentioned. We've got artificial intelligence. You could just say AI, because I think that acronym, AI, is so common. Most examiners, most people know AI. You can say artificial intelligence. By and large, I do not like to use acronyms, and I don't advise you to use acronyms in the test, because there's always a danger the examiner doesn't know the acronym, right? But I think this one, it's so common that you could probably use it, like WHO or the WTO. Most people know that, so I think it's fine. Machine learning, 5G is kind of technology. The Internet of Things, right? IoT. A lot of people don't know IoT, so I would not say IoT. I would say the Internet of Things, right? And it should have the Internet of Things. Augmented reality, AR or VR, virtual reality. Blockchain, right, where the cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, where they are built. Biometrics, robotics, all of these are different kinds, right? Let's have a look exactly what they are. So artificial intelligence. What is artificial intelligence? Wow, there's a big question. Does anybody know? Can anybody explain what is artificial intelligence? Hamdi Yassin. Right, Hamdi, I've just seen your notice. I don't know why your account is blocked. It's very, very strange. I will have a look into that. Let me make a note. I will do that later, yes. There's a hard question, right? Right, Haitam says, if we're talking about AI, nice, good student, is a cutting-edge field that has been emerged to make our life uncomplicated. It can be considered the electricity of the present era. Ooh, the electricity of the present era. That is interesting. Yes. Yes, it has not been emerged because it's not passively emerged. It has emerged, right? It's a cutting-edge field that has emerged. To make our life uncomplicated. Yeah, good. Great. What else have we got? The artificial intelligence giving a voice command to a machine and it responds as per our voice. Yes, that's a good example. Absolutely. We've got machine learning, which is similar to AI through data mining or data analytics without the other T, excuse me. Analytics. Yes. Good, Arthur. Nice. There's an example here of the algorithm, like YouTube recommended ads and videos. Right. So that's an example of artificial intelligence. Excellent. So I was looking at this on the internet because it was hard. I mean, for me, artificial intelligence is where we get the computer to learn like a human or to behave like a human. Like machine learning is where we teach or we give the computer lots of data and it learns like a human might learn, right? But I double checked AI, and it says on somewhere on the internet, the simulation, right, of human intelligence, if we have intelligence, in machines that are programmed to think like humans and mimic their actions. So it's the simulation doing things in a similar way to human intelligence in machines. So they are programmed to think like humans. And that was the difference, I think, between machine learning and AI. So AI is the machines are programmed. That was a key thing, right? But machine learning is they're not programmed. You just give them lots and lots of data and they learn themselves. They teach themselves. So you program them to teach themselves, if you like. AI we use for algorithms, absolutely. We use it in lots of ways. I'll talk about in a moment. We've also got things like biometrics. Now, a lot of people talked about biometrics, and you've mentioned it here. And this is basically where you identify and authenticate individuals based on their physical or behavioral characteristics. So things like fingerprint recognition, voice recognition, face recognition, right? All of those things. So basically, all of that, right? It's the classic biometrics. We use biometrics to turn on our phones. Hello.
Good morning.
How are you? Curious about what I can do? Just ask, what can you do? What can you do? Voice recognition. Hello, Siri. Do you think Siri's upset? Siri's not talking to me. I've never had AI that gets upset. That's really advanced AI. He's gone away. But sorry, biometrics is where you put your finger. Ta-da. Yay. And that's fingerprint recognition, right? That's biometrics. Not the same as AI. Although I was reading that some biometrics, like fingerprint recognition, they combine AI to do something, and I don't know what. But that's biometrics, bit different from AI. Voice recognition, Siri. Ha! If Siri's getting angry, I'm not going to talk to Siri. You know you're having a bad day when Siri doesn't talk to you. And I mean, I can understand my wife getting angry, but Siri getting angry? Mad, absolutely mad. Biometrics. VR. What is VR? Is a computer-generated environment with scenes and objects that appear to be real. So I'm sure you've seen this in video games, in pilot simulations, right? You can see examples. The pilot, so for example, pilots every 6 months, they have to be tested in a machine that's like a plane. It's not actually a plane, of course, it's a machine, but they go through the motions of where the plane is turbulent and how do they handle it. And if the pilot passes the test, they carry on with their career every 6 months, right? I know that because I have a friend who's a pilot and he has to do the test. Really tough. But of course, that's good. That gives us confidence as passengers that they know what they're doing, at least in the simulation room. And then you've got the world of VR, virtual reality, in things like Second Life, you may know, or any of the games, if you've played any of the games. Have you played this game? Let me have a look. I'm not sure if you know this game. You probably do, but it's one of those virtual reality games that are, Well, it was very, very popular and became very, very popular in the world of education. I wonder if you know this one. Bear with me, because, of course, technology is playing games with me. Well, this is it, like Minecraft, right? Here you go. Here we are. This is my little den that I've dug. I can go and crush some flowers or even go knock down a tree. And then you can move around in this virtual world and go down into my little cave that I've dug. Whee! And move around here. And this is where you go mining. And that's why it's called Minecraft, as you dig through the mine and dig things up. But it gets interesting at night, because at night the zombies come out, as we'll probably find out in a minute if I can't get out. Minecraft, right? Because you dig deeper and deeper. I just realised it was nighttime. It was so dark you can hardly see it. But I do play Minecraft sometimes, and that's an example of a virtual reality world, right? Or War of Worldcraft. Any of you gamers out there, I'm sure you know all of these different VR applications. So we've talked about biometrics. I'm just going to bring up a few comments that were quite interesting. Where were we? Again, this is a nice one from Haytham. If you search on YouTube for something a lot, next time you will see similar suggestions from YouTube that you might want to see on the same topic. Exactly. This is AI learning what you like and giving you what you like. Good and bad, right? Good and bad, because it's like on Facebook. If you look at something, you get the next day adverts for the same thing coming again and again and again. And you don't always want to see the same thing, right? It's like when you Google search and you get results based on what you like. But actually, it would be good to see things that you don't like as well. So algorithms, I think, may be good, may be bad, right? It's a good point. Ida, you've brought up this topic of green technologies, like waste to energy. There are, there's a lot in that field. I don't know a lot about the field of green technologies, but certainly we can talk about, green technologies, you're talking about technologies that have a positive impact on the environment and help fight climate change or global warming. So things like hydropower, where we use water, or wind power, or solar power, where we use the sun. All of these are green technologies because they're protecting the environment. We're going to talk about this a little bit when we talk about the good and the bad, because technologies have a negative impact or a side effect on our world, as well as the positive. But it's a very, very good point. We are going to talk a bit about that shortly. Minecraft is popular with kids, yes, and 50-year-old men like me. My son loves Minecraft, yes. Well, absolutely. Listen, do learn, just to cope with your children, do learn Minecraft. It's a lot of fun. And there's a lot of research that shows the benefits of games. Did you know I spent 12 weeks of my master's course learning to play Warcraft, World of Warcraft. Not for fun, but because it was part of my study. We had to study how you learn through online games. And I had to play World of Warcraft, like up to level, not very high. I got up to level 20, I think. Not very high. Brilliant. Any other quick comments on that? StarCraft, yes. Okay, brilliant. Yeah, and Zaid brings up the point here. Yes, agreeing. It also happens if you search on Google. Similar things come on Facebook and YouTube, right? So it's a double-edged sword, right? It's good and it's bad. As Dennis says, it's a double-edged sword. There's good sides and there's bad sides. Brilliant. Yeah, you've all brought out the same point. Olga gives a nice example. I watched a wonderful video about a blind musician, and VR helped me to see the world from his point of view. Amazing. And did you know now they also use VR in training for not only for pilots, but they use it for doctors, dentists, to do operations through VR where you're almost in the room, because up and coming new doctors and dentists, they only get to practice on live people, although they do sometimes have the dummies. But if they can do it through virtual reality, that could be, and that is quite a powerful way to learn. So there are lots of examples of VR in the world of education and training people as well. Very, very good. Good. What else have we got? Oh, yes. Minecraft can be addictive. It certainly can. Yes, everything in moderation. Indeed. Let me come back. I'm going to jump back to, I've talked about biometrics, about face recognition. We've talked about VR. We've also got AI, Internet of Things. Right. What is this? Oh, this is a bit long-winded. It refers to a system of interconnected objects that are able to collect and transfer data over a wireless network without humans. So this is things like the energy management, right? They use the Internet of Things, or water distribution. So basically computers talking to each other without humans. Contactless payments, right? You don't have to do anything. Your credit card talks to the machine. Smart homes, your iPhone or your tablet talks to the home and turns on the light, or turns on the washing machine, or closes the curtains, or some other ridiculous activity. So the Internet of Things is a growing area. One area where the Internet of Things is becoming fashionable is in shopping and in supermarkets, where the supermarkets want to start tracking the customer. So you're tracked through probably through your phone or your credit card. But let's say your phone. So there's a chip in your phone that you can connect, if you want, into the supermarket, and it will track you around the supermarket, seeing where you go, where you stop, what you look at, what you take off the shelf, and then what you put in your basket. And when you leave, it automatically knows in the machine what you've got in your basket, how much it is, and it automatically will take the money from your phone to pay for it. So you don't need to do anything. You're in the supermarket, you're going around, you put stuff in, you walk out, and it's all done. You pay, but it's automatic. So quick, so convenient. Or is it? Or is it a double-edged sword? Because a bit like Facebook, Google, and all the others, and Amazon, what will start to happen is they get your data and they can start to give you advertisements and marketing and suggestions. And maybe it's good, maybe it's bad, right? Other people also bought this cauliflower. Last week we saw you bought carrots. Here are some more carrots for you. Come on. Maybe it's a good thing and a bad thing, but it could be quite interesting. But it's based on the Internet of Things, right? How these machines are connected and talk to each other without you doing anything. Super convenient. But maybe that's the price we pay. That's a good expression. That's the price we pay for technology. It's convenient, but we lose privacy, data, control of our data, of our information. That's a nice expression. I'm going to write that down, right? Because I like that. I've just decided I like that expression. Technology is great, but we might lose our privacy, or get unsolicited, that means unwanted, advertisements. But maybe, or advertisements even, but maybe That's the price we pay. Right? Come out of the way, Keith. Technology is great, but we might lose our privacy or get unsolicited advertisements. But maybe that's the price we pay. Doesn't mean paying money, but it's the cost, right? The problem with it all. Brilliant. Great. So there's some nice suggestions coming at home. Let's share some of these. I think these are great. From Aziza. As far as I'm concerned, lovely. On occasion, AI is not always beneficial because we are being so lazy and lenient day by day. Lazy, yes. Lenient, I'm not sure that's the right word here. Lenient means you're not very strict. I'm not sure if that's the word you mean. Sahil Deep says technology is good, but not used in a bad way. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Jazz says, yes, we are too much relied on technology. Great idea. Just let me help you, Jazz. Yes, we are. Because you've got relied as a adjective. But here, I would change that to a verb. It's much more common as a verb. Yes, we rely too much on technology. Lovely, Jazz. Thank you very, very much. Great. Facebook says technology is making things easier and smarter, but there are also bad side of it. We need to use it properly and for the right purpose. Yeah, there are also bad sides. Bad sides to it. I'm going to change that while we're here, just so it helps you and helps everybody. There are also bad sides to it. There are good sides to it and bad sides to it. Lovely. Lovely. Nice. Great. Now, Dooney says, to me, technology is all about the ability to meet people. Yeah, right. And for Trong, in my opinion, technology supports us to save time and deal with work. Yeah, great. Good. Excellent. Nice comments. I'm going to move on. And I'm still having a little bit of a look at some vocabulary. So we've talked about different kinds of technology, right? What about verbs and technology? Let me just take this off. So verbs and technology. We've talked about different kinds of technology, emerging, disruptive, cutting edge, state of the art, blah, blah, blah. The verbs, we may say to introduce new technologies or adopt new technologies. Nowadays, we are adopting more and more new technologies. Companies like Google are developing new technologies. Facebook is exploiting new technologies like AI to help them build their business. So there are different verbs we can use, right? When it comes to adjectives, technical, so technology is the noun, technical is the adjective. We talk about technical skills, technical knowledge. What a great word, technical. I just realized the K almost disappears. It's not technical, it's technical. Because the K and the N are kind of, well, the K is at the back. Technical skills. Good. Practice. When we say it's a bit technical, in everyday English, that means it's difficult to understand, right? But not just technology. Here's another wife example. When my wife is telling me the recipe for making bread, she says, well, you get the flour, you mix in this, you mix in that, you put it in the fridge for an hour, and then I go, no. That's a bit technical for me, right? A bit difficult to understand. It's a bit technical. So we can use that for many, many things, not only technology. And then I would say to her, can you say it in layman's terms or in layman terms? Layman literally means a normal person. So when we say it in layman terms or layman's terms, we're saying don't use professional, complicated, technical language, right? Just use simple English, simple language. Say it in layman's terms. Nice expression, right? Okay. Excellent. Good. More expressions. What else? Let me move on. Now somebody said, I don't know much about technology. And it was Arda. Arda, I'm going to share you with everybody. I have no idea about this topic. And that is fantastic because that you need to learn a bit about the topic, but there are also lots of expressions you can use, Arda, to help you with this, right? So you can actually use this as an opportunity to show off your English, right? For example, technology is not really my thing, but I think AI is very useful. Right? I don't know much about it. You don't have to talk about the technical language, the technical vocabulary, but you can show off your general English, right? Technology is not really my thing. It's not really my cup of tea. Excuse me. But I think biometrics makes it really convenient to lock my phone, right? So you can actually, even though you know nothing about technology, you can still show off your English. Or, here's another one, right? I am by no means an expert, but I would say biometrics is really useful to keep our phones safe and secure. I'm by no means an expert means I am not an expert at all. Not at all. I am by no means an expert. But I would say that algorithms are a double-edged sword. There are positive effects and negative effects, right? It's all about showing off your English. Or maybe you love technology. Great. You can say, listen, I'm a bit of a technology buff. And the way I see it, I'm a bit of a technology buff, right? A technology buff. A buff is a fan of something, especially film and technology, right? I'm a technology buff. I'm a film buff. I'm a fan of that. And the way I see it, algorithms are a double-edged sword. They can be good and they can be bad. Or even, I'm by far from an expert, but as I see it, right, I'm far from an expert. I am not an expert, but as I see it. So all of these different ways you can actually show off your English, even though you don't know a lot about the topic. Okay. Lovely. Excellent. I've lost track of you. Let me see. Right. Yeah, okay, here's another one, very, very similar. I'm not a tech savvy. Right, here, without the I'm not tech savvy. Tech savvy will be the adjective, right? I'm not tech savvy, but I know IA is making our lives, honestly. Great. To be honest, it isn't my cup of tea at all. Fantastic. Very natural English. Very, very good. What else? Yes, good. This is nice from Ali. I'm a bit of a technology buff, but from my perspective, it has pros and cons. Lovely, lovely language. Absolutely nice. Absolutely brilliant. Good. So you've got some nice expressions there, right, that you can have a look at and you can practice to talk about these different areas. Okay. Jumping in, jumping out. So I've got a quick question for you. A very, very quick one. I'm just looking at the time and where to go next. But let me ask you this question. Which is the most important new technology in our lives today? Right? So this is for you personally. What do you think is the one most important new technology in our lives today, and why? Let me know in the comments box. Nevin, yes, this lesson is recorded and you will be able to watch it again on YouTube and Facebook. Raghav, don't worry, I am going to do model answers shortly. The class normally goes for an hour and a half. It might be a bit longer today. Okay, some answers coming in. Zoom, because study online. I study online, yes. Susan says Google Maps. Great. Smartphones for Inas. Right. In my opinion, the new technology helps our houseworks a lot and makes it easier. Very nice, Arda. You see, you're improving. You're doing very, very well. Yeah, it makes housework easier, especially things like robotics and the robot vacuum cleaner, things like that. And things like the washing machine. Yes, that does save a lot of hard work. Shirley, congratulations. Pleased to hear that. Anything else? Google search for Arti. Great. For Amy, in my personal technology. Okay, the smart car. In my personal technology. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I think you mean my most... How can I rephrase that? I think what you're saying is this, Amy. My most important personal technology is the smart car. I think that's what you're trying to say. Yep, great. Nurul, for Nurul, it's the Wi-Fi or the Wi-Fi? The Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi, I think, is Spanish, right? Wi-Fi, el Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi, great. Lovely avatar, Nurul. That's great. Shonam talks about the internet. Excuse me. Steve 7 talks about the HIT battery because it can boost the life for 80%. Brilliant. So brilliant. Lots of ideas. Of course, there are many things you can talk about, and we've talked all about them. Is technology a good or a bad thing? We've also talked quite a bit about this, right? I'm going to add some more language for you here. I'm also going to have a drink. Just a moment. Right. We could say on the positive side, and so we're talking about the positive side. It allows us to communicate more effectively, or it means we have been able to. Ooh, that's a bit of a band 8 or a band 9 expression. Instead of allows us, it means we have been able to. Past perfect passive. Past perfect passive? What? Great. It means we have been able to communicate more effectively. It's enabled us to. Just notice it here is it has enabled us. So we're talking kind of from the past to today, present perfect, but we contract. So not it is, but it has. It's enabled us to communicate more effectively. Of course, there are different reasons. On the positive side, it allows us to develop stronger economies. It means we have been able to improve our quality of life, right? So all of these. But these are quite hard to pronounce. Just listen carefully. Listen to the stress and the connection. It allows us to. Can you hear that? It allows us to communicate more effectively. Communicate more effectively. Communicate more effectively. Really feel that dim di di dim di di dim 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 di di dim di di dim dim. Do you remember the video we did with Sarita, the mock test the other day, and we talked about a lot of languages. The rhythm is di 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 di. It's the shotgun, the di 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 di. English is din di di din di di din. Right? Communicate more effectively. Put it all together. It allows us to communicate more effectively. Right, good. Another one. It's enabled us to. It's enabled us to improve our quality of life. Improve our quality of life. Altogether, it's enabled us to improve our quality of life. Again. That's better. Yeah. Good. Right. Excellent. So really focus on that. As you're making notes of language, use the video to listen to the rhythm, intonation, get it really right. This is the Fluency Gym. A lot of you will remember this, right? And the Fluency course I have. Quick advertisement, quick plug. Here we go. Bam, Fluency for IELTS Speaking. That is exactly the method that I use for that course to build up your fluency and your pronunciation, right? It helps your phrasing of sentences so you can speak longer sentences more fluently. It's on the website. Go and check it out. Fluency for IELTS Speaking. But technology, we've talked about the positive side, right? On the positive side, of course, you may then say, of course, at the same time, on the negative side, at the same time, there have also been side effects, unexpected outcomes, unwanted byproducts, or even undesirable consequences. So this is the negative, right? At the same time, there have also been side effects. Notice we normally say side effects, not secondary effects, but side effects. That's with medicine, with any project, when there are unexpected effects, and they're usually negative, then we say side effects. But you can say unexpected outcomes, unwanted byproducts, and if you're really good, undesirable consequences. Lovely language, right? Really, really nice. So we can use all of these to answer these kinds of questions. Yeah, nice. Great. Keep practicing, guys. At the same time, it has downsides, Emma. Nice. Very, very good. Tarampad. Taramplit, it's enabled us to improve our lifestyle. Excellent. Nice. Remember the D, it's enabled us. It's enabled us. Excellent. Right, Susan, I noticed your comment about the past, present perfect passive, and gosh, past perfect passive. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, I will have a look at that, possibly in a video. Yes. Right. Kuljit, great, nice. Kuljit got a 7.5 in speaking. Hooray! Congratulations. Glad to see you. Glad you've got it there. Right, this is nice. Yes, from Gaurav. At the same time, there have also been addictions. Addiction. If you say addiction in the singular, then let's put has, right? There has also been addiction. So, on the positive side, technology has enabled us to make life really convenient. At the same time, there has also been addiction with unexpected outcomes for young people becoming sick. For example, great, lovely. So we've talked about the positive and the negative. Oh, undesirable consequences such as pollution, depletion of natural resources. These are the side effects, right? Including pollution, depletion of natural resources. This is also connected to what was it Susan was talking about green energy, new energies, new technologies or green technologies. It's about fighting the pollution or the depletion of natural resources. Okay, great. I'm going to move on. Just thinking about time. So I've got a couple of things left to look at, but we've still got enough time. Don't worry if I take up a bit too much time. So idioms, right? I'm going to have a quick look at idioms about technology. And if you have any idioms that come to mind, that pop into your mind, please do write them down. Idioms. It was Ida asked about green technologies. Thank you, Ida. Yes. I'm going to move on, unfortunately. Or fortunately. Maybe fortunately. Technologies. So idioms, okay? Here's a few to talk about technology. First of all, it's not rocket science. The technology behind a pen is not rocket science, right? Means it's simple. It's simple. It's not rocket science. Cooking English food is not rocket science. It's simple. Great. Another one, my computer is running like clockwork. So something that is working perfectly, then it's running like clockwork. My class is running like clockwork. My schedule this week is running like clockwork. My computer is running like clockwork. Just means it's working perfectly. Okay. To be ahead of its time. The iPhone was ahead of its time. Basically, something that was so advanced that it wasn't fully understood at the time it was produced. So the iPhone was ahead of its time. Its time. The iPhone was ahead of its time. So it wasn't fully understood, or the implications weren't fully understood. So something that's very advanced, you can say it was ahead of its time. This is an expression I use a lot. You've hit the nail on the head, which means you're exactly right. When you give an idea or an answer and it's perfect and you're spot on or exactly right, you've hit the nail on the head. Now, I talk about nails and heads because the nail is what you put in the wall to hang your picture, and you put the nail and you hammer the nail. So when you hit the nail, boom, on the head, perfect. The nail goes into the wall. Is that technology? Well, it's about the pen, right? That's technology. The hammer is a kind of technology. Boom, boom, boom. You've hit the nail on the head. Well done. People say technology is a double-edged sword. You've hit the nail on the head. Exactly. That's exactly right, right? Great expression. We use that a lot. I use that a lot, actually. And to run out of steam. I've got no more ideas. I have run out of steam. So when you've lost all your energy and all your enthusiasm, you can say, I've run out of steam. I've got no more ideas. I've run out of steam. Great. I've got some funny ones here. I think that's mine. I'm going to add some of yours. Sarib says, have a screw loose. Yes, my boss has a screw loose. That's an interesting expression. That just means, right, that they are crazy. Crazy. Have some more water. Thank you very much. I will. My boss has a screw loose. That's lovely. Mary says, new technologies can cost me an arm and a leg. That is very, very true. They are very expensive, right? I think we can absolutely. Technologies cost me an arm and a leg. Right. Exactly. New technologies. That's your point, right? It's the new technologies that cost an arm and a leg. As they get adopted, they become cheaper. Love it. Very nice. Equals expensive, not plus, but equals. I was never very good at maths. Great. Has a screw loose, cost an arm and a leg. Brilliant. Good. Okay. I'm exhausted. I'm not surprised. It's a long class. I do apologize. Yeah, this is a good one from Sadara. To hit the panic button. To panic or take emergency measures. Absolutely. I think the American government is about to hit the panic button. Good expression, to hit the panic button. We can use that in business as well. You know, when a project has gone wrong, oh, it's time to hit the panic button. We must take some kind of emergency measures, right? Great. To hit the panic button, take emergency measures. Okay. Lovely. Thank you. I'm going to take that off. Thank you, Sadara. Brilliant. Okay. So there are some idioms, okay? We've got it's not rocket science. It's running like clockwork. It was ahead of its time. Hit the nail on the head. I've run out of steam. I've almost run out of steam. My boss has a screw loose. New technologies cost an arm and a leg. It's time to hit the panic button. Lovely. Excellent. Great. Now, it's not time to hit the panic button, and it's not time to run out of steam. I'm going to move on to the next, and I've got a nice little video that I've made. What's coming next? Next part of the class is actually one of my favorite parts of the class. The next part of the class is this, right? And I was spending some time the other Oh, great. Dancing tune. Great. That's it. It's time for model answers. I had some spare time the other day, so I got to work with the video making software. It's great. Nice. Hit the panic button because it's time for model answers. Dun, 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 dun. So model answers is this, right? It's where I'm going to ask you to ask me a question about technology. So you can get your you get your question ready. There's a few coming in. write down your question. I'll give you a few seconds and then I'll choose one or two to answer before we finish up with Cahoot. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it's a crazy technology what I'm doing. It's a kind of green technology, yes. So these are questions you've got around technology, questions you might get in the IELTS test. Oh, right. Okay. Good. Right. I like this one, actually. I'm going to choose this one first, which is from Liu Peng. Describe a time when you were not familiar with a new technology product. Right. Okay. Good. Let's see if I can just put this up in the box. Okay. Right. Okay. Thank you very much for that, Liu Peng. Describe a time when you were not familiar with a new technology product. That sounds like a part 2 question, so I'm going to make it a bit longer, maybe up to 2 minutes. And I'm going to ask just for a few seconds to think, actually. Give me a moment. And you think about what you would say as well. Yeah. Okay. Right. So, I'm going to talk about a smartphone. As you may guess, I'm not a digital native, right? I didn't grow up with smartphones, mobile phones, and computers. They are something that I discovered midlife. And I remember the first time, I remember quite vividly, actually, because it was a present. The first time I got a smartphone, it was a present from, I think it was my brother or my sister. And up until that point, I had been using an old-fashioned phone. It was a Nokia fold-over phone that had buttons that you pressed. And then suddenly I got this smartphone and it was totally different. It was a kind of I guess, an emerging technology at that time. And I was a bit clueless about how to use it. So in the very beginning, I think it was my sister, yes, who gave me the phone. She showed me some of the basic features and how it worked. But the one thing that I found the most difficult and the most challenging was learning to use the keyboard, because I had been used to a push keyboard and this was a screen. And I just found it so clumsy. And it was really, I really fumbled with it. It was very, I don't like fidgety, I don't like that kind of fidgety things where you have to press small buttons and when you're texting, you end up texting the wrong letter. And I just found it really frustrating, right? It was driving me around the bend. I just couldn't get to grips with it. And it took me a long time. It took me several months to actually get used to using it and to be able to text messages properly. I do remember at first thinking, this is a terrible phone. I want my old-fashioned Nokia phone. But to be honest, after 2 or 3 months, once I got into the swing of it, I really enjoyed it. And I found it was a really nice phone. And that really was a new technology that it took me quite a bit of time to get used to. Right. Ooh, lovely question. Good. There were some interesting things there. I noticed a lot more idioms than I normally use. I often think like in part 2, just one idiom is enough. But I was using get into the swing of it, go round the bend, or it drove me round the bend, couldn't get the hang of it. Ooh, you can go back and have a listen. I think there's a lot of interesting language there. I noticed some people are running out of steam. This is a very tough class, right? This is a very, very difficult class because we're looking at a lot of complicated ideas and complex language. But do remember, this live class is recorded. You can go back and watch it again and really pick out the notes and pick out the language. And also there is a PDF you can download from my website. I'll show you later, and you can get all of the notes and the language there, right? Okay, model answer. Let's do one more model answer. Wow, this is a nice one. But it's very specific, but maybe yes, because I think it comes up quite a lot. Let's try this. It's about children's access to the internet. It's a nice question because I think children and technology comes up a lot. So I like that. Let me just add it to the list here. Excellent. Thank you very much, Khaled Al-Halabi. So this might be, I guess, might be a part 3 question, right, really. Do you think parents shall or should, maybe should give, I'm going to change that. I think it should be should, because shall is just a prediction, whereas this, I think, is you're asking about whether they should, is it a good thing or not, give their children full access to the internet. Well, it's a really good question and a very controversial question these days. I am, to be honest, I am in 2 minds about it. I think there are good aspects and negative aspects. So I think on the positive side, if we give children full access to the internet, it enables them to take control of their learning and their experience. It enables them to learn through their mistakes and to self-monitor things that they should be watching and should not be watching. But I do recognize it needs children to have a high level of responsibility to do that. Clearly, though, it's a double-edged sword. There are some negative consequences of doing that, and I fully understand parents who don't want to give their children full access, because the internet is riddled with bad stuff. There is negative stuff on the internet, be it sexual violence, indoctrination, all sorts of stuff that you may not want your children to come across or to be exposed to. So I think, yes, it depends largely on the age of the child. But I think clearly for younger children, they need to be protected. And so I would not give full access to the internet. But as they get older, I think I would personally give them more access, more open access to those things, and let them make their own decisions. Right. Quite a long answer, but there you go. Right. Brilliant. Good. Nice question. Thanks, Khaled, very much. It's a good question. I hope that answer helps. Now, I'm aware that it's 11:30. Normally, we do an hour and a half, but I'm going to go on a little bit longer because I'd like to finish up the model answers and move on to Cahoot, which is a chance for us to review vocabulary. We've seen a lot of vocabulary today, and I think it'd be really good to do a little review, to look back and to remember some of the important phrases that have come up. But we can do it in a fun way, and the fun way is to do it through Cahoot. Now, you may or may not know Cahoot, but it's an online game. We can play it together. I ask questions, or Cahoot asks you questions, and you have to choose an answer. You can play by going to www.kahoot.it. Let me show you, right? Let's get into Cahoot, and I will show you how we play it. A lot of you already know this, so that's absolutely fine. That's great. So just give me a tick to log in and to find the technology Cahoot. There we go. And I'll show you how you can come in. Let me actually show you right now where I am. So we're going to do this. We're going to play. I'm going to teach. Your Cahoot is loading. We're going to play the classic game. Get ready to join. So what you need to do is to go to www.kahoot.it. I hope you can see that up there. Put in the game pin 2595704 and you need to add your name. Hero is always one of the first in. You can see Hero, Annie and Grace have all joined in now. So go in. I'll give you a few seconds to sign up and to get in. There's also an app, which if you want to use the Cahoot app, you can. If you can't get in, don't worry, because you can just put your answer in the comment box below. Celine, first time with Cahoot. I hope you like it. Ishti says, I think we will never lose my steam until you are our teacher. Thank you, Ishita. Shama can never get in. Oh, don't worry. You're still here in the comment box. Ashraf, we miss Stan the Man. Yeah, indeed. Hello, John. Farhan, first time. Great. Great. You're all talking to each other. Brilliant. It gives me a chance to drink. The Antisocial Girl. Do you have a free podcast? No, but I am thinking about starting a podcast in the next couple of months. So that may come very, very soon. Dorsa, you can get in. Brilliant. Listen, I think we've got enough people in. We've got lots of people in. Let's start. So basically, I'm going to ask you questions. Okay. The questions will come up on your screen. I will speak out the question as well. Then you choose one of 4 answers. And the fastest person wins. Okay, let's do it. I don't understand biometrics. It's a bit blank for me. I don't understand biometrics. It's a bit blank for me. Got 30 seconds to answer. Naduni, Cahoot is technology as well. That's right. That's right. Application name is just your name. Whoa, look at that. Guys, fantastic. 91 of you got technical. Absolutely. It's a bit technical for me, right? Meaning it's a bit difficult or a bit complicated. Excellent. It's a bit technical for me. Well done. Lovely. Now then, question 2. Oh, I missed the scoreboard. Never mind. I am by no means an blank, but I think Facebook uses AI. I am by no means an blank, but I think Facebook uses AI. Olga, well done. Betsy, well done. Shirley, looking good. Whoa, overwhelming again. 103 of you got expert. Great. Do you remember that expression, right? If you don't know so much about it, it's a nice expression to use. I am by no means an expert, but I think Facebook uses AI. Lovely. Great. Let's check the scoreboard. I'm sorry, I missed that before. that Lou, you were up in the top. Now it's Grace has gone into first place. Hey Arnold into second, and Keith No Hair into third. What a great nickname! Love it. Thank you very much. Our use of technology has had some negative blank effects. Our use of technology has had some negative blank effects. Do you remember this one? We talked about pollution, green technology, renewable energy. This is a trick one, right? Shantanu, be careful. Candy, well done. Yeah, well done, right? It was side effects. 13 of you said secondary, and I think in Spanish as well, that's a false friend. That in Spanish we talk about secondary effects, but it's side effects here. There is side effects. Apparently in science, secondary effect does exist, but it has a different meaning. I think it's an effect that you can't control, whereas here it's a different meaning. Some negative side effects, right? This is what we talk about. Right, let's check that scoreboard. Oh, Grace is still in first place. Keith No Hair is up in second place. Nothing to do with me, of course. Hey, Arnold is up in third place again. Samuel and Phoebe, let's see what you can do. Next question, and I think it's the last. 4 of 4. That's right. You have hit the nail on blank head. Haha. Tricky. How to enter Cahoot. Anya, next time you just go to www.cahoot.it. But you can do that in the next class. Right, Mihir, well done. Helen, well done. Yeah, 72. So there's a bit of confusion, right? It's you have hit the nail on the head. Definitely not my head. You've hit the nail on my head. I think I'd be very, very angry if you hit the nail on my head or on your head. No, it's on the head. You've hit the nail on the head. Lovely, well done. Now, the moment of truth. Let's have a look at that scoreboard. The technology podium. Well done. Second place. But first, is it Grace? It is. Well done, Grace. Dun, 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 dun. Great. Well done, Grace. I wonder if anybody noticed my phone ringing. No, of course not. Brilliant. Well done. Very, very well done. That was great. That's technology. That was a very quick review of some of the vocabulary and expressions. Great. So listen, thank you for joining me today. We're going to finish up. I realize it's been a long class. You may have run out of steam, but hopefully you've got enough energy to keep going. In a few hours, you'll be able to go to the website, thekeithacademy.com. I'll put that up. You can go here in about 3 hours. Normally, when I finish the notes, I will upload them to the website so you can get all of the notes from today. Where do you go? You go to, I'll show you on the website, it's here. Go to the Key Speaking Academy, just click on the free live lessons button, right? And you will be able to get them there. Where is it? Here. So you'll be able to just come down here. You'll find the latest one at the top. That was last time, right? We did preparing for IELTS speaking. And then in alphabetical order, if you want to go back and look at other topics we've done, there are a lot there, right? But you can get the latest one at the very, very top. And that will be in a few hours' time. There's lots of stuff on the website. Go and check it all out. If you haven't signed up for the free book at the start yet, then do that. You can find about the common mistakes people make in IELTS speaking. Lovely. Thank you very much for joining me today. It's been a lot of fun and great. I look forward to seeing you all very, very soon. Have a fantastic week. Keep studying, keep practicing. For those of you taking the test soon, best of luck. I really hope you do well and get the score that you need, especially in the IELTS speaking. Lovely. It's been a blast. Take care, and I will see you very soon. Bye-bye now.